For those of you that are religious, God fearing, God believing, Muslims, Christians, and just spiritually inclined individuals for the most part, I have a question for you. You don't necessarily have to answer this. It's rhetorical. When did God ever give us permission to kill people? Where in the Bible did he ever give us permission to just take another life? I'm just curious to know. Now, in the book of Exodus, in the Holy Scriptures, Holy Bible, when he gave the 10 Commandments, one of those commandments was, thou shalt not kill. Very general statement. Declaration. Thou, you, shalt not kill. Now, one thing, if you are a person that is studied, that has experience on this planet, you should know to arbitrarily just take the life of another human being, or even many other human beings, is against the rules and the law of the Creator. Now, I do know, and I have enough understanding and wisdom to be able to ascertain when violence is necessary. So, if a person was trying to kill me, harm me, take my life, or take the life of my family, I have every right by God and by man to protect myself and my family, those that are weak, incapable of protecting themselves. Minimally, to stop the aggression. And this is the same thing that I teach in my martial arts. The police used to say, force for force, deadly force for deadly force. I was in the military as well. So, if a person is trying to harm you and you try to stop them from harming you, and it's severe, their attack on you, and it ends up with their demise or them dying, that's justifiable. It should be justifiable in any court. God first, Creator, and then man's court. But unfortunately, man has a different set of rules as it relates to violence. So I'm talking about the Israeli war right now against Hamas / Palestine, Palestinians. To me, it's unwarranted what Israel is doing today. And so they've been bombing places and killing so many innocent men, women, and children. As many children, if not more, than men and women. Indiscriminately killing men, women, and children, innocent, in their campaign against Hamas. Where does God, the Creator, Yahweh, enter into the picture with Israel? Israel is supposed to be a holy land, right? I say Netanyahu is a criminal. He's a criminal, a person who has committed crimes against humanity. There are many others who've done that. I can say that in a later video, and I have done some in time past, but right now, back in October, Hamas allegedly attacked Israelis, killing 1,300 approximately innocent men, women, and children. But Israel has now launched a war against Hamas to root them out so that they no longer exist. But I do understand and comprehend also that Hamas is a mentality, is a mindset. All Palestinians are not Hamas. Israel knows this, and now the Biden administration knows this. Our government knows this. America knows this. The world knows that this is unprecedented, the amount of people that Israel has executed in their plight to destroy Hamas. Make this look right. Okay? You're trying to kill one group of people for killing 1,300 of yours, but you killed over 30,000 men, women, and children. And then you make the statement, this is Israel making this statement, on numerous occasions, we're trying to limit the amount of civilian casualties. What kind of asinine statement is that? Limit. It doesn't bring back the lives of the innocent men, women, and children that you've taken away from their families. How do you justify the innocent people, Netanyahu, that you killed? How do you justify that murder, that carnage? And you continue on, and the Biden administration, Tony Blinken, say that we're still having talks, and we're possibly going to put sanctions on Israel. Hello. How many more thousands of innocent men, women, and children must you allow Israel to kill before someone says enough is enough and just stops them, period? Or is it because Israel and America are close-knit friends? How do you make that right? There are many, many families mourning the loss of their family members, of their children, their mothers and fathers and uncles and grandparents, cousins, brothers and sisters, because of what Israel has been doing. And it's against God. It's against Yahweh. And there's no way you can make it look right. Israel can't make it look right. The world community sees that this is an atrocity beyond measure. It's too much. And it really needs to stop. Now, those of us who don't have the power to stop the military over there from killing these innocent people, keep them daily without ceasing your prayers, that somehow the Almighty Creator will change their minds, will intervene, change their hearts. But what it seems like now is that Israel, Netanyahu at the helm, he wants the land. That's very obvious. At the expense of however many people they kill who are innocent. They just want the land for themselves. They don't want any Palestinians to exist at all. It is obvious, because if you were a man of God, and I don't believe you are, Netanyahu, and those who follow you, your generals, your high military officials, you're not men of God, because God will not allow you to commit the atrocities that you have against these people. Over 1,300 people getting killed in your country. Now look at the math. 1,300 killed in Israel back in October versus over 30,000. Now, who's the real terrorist? Who is the real terrorist? And then they talk about the American hostages. No more than 200 hostages, right? Or the hostages to include Americans, rather. No more than 200 hostages. You said we're going to not stop until we bring the hostages back. Is that the playing card that you want to deal? That it's about hostages? Okay, less than 200 hostages are still there. Now, I have empathy. I understand that. Less than 200 hostages that you're trying to go and rescue, supposedly, at the expense of 30,000 Palestinian lives. Make it make sense, sir. Make it make sense. Joe Biden, Netanyahu, and all of the cohorts.